I jerk off at least twice a day. Once in the morning, right after I work out, and then once right after lunch. I do it because I need to.
Mateus, Retards have escaped. Recruit a group of critics with attitude.
Should probably unmute myself. Hey, how's it going, everybody? All right, welcome to another sloppy response. In case people watching don't know, the Twitter normies have found Berserk.
Yes. Through Elden Ring, no less. So, yeah.
Of course, like that is the normie way to find out about something like Berserk. Like, oh, hey, this big AAA video game that I can't play for shit, but is popular, and I can Google about it. Hey,
how
this
can
is
I complain about this game even more? What was it inspired by?
Well, they couldn't beat the video game, so they had to find the influences of the video game to complain about it.
and then they realized that they can't read it because it's too violent for them.
I would absolutely love for them to, these same people, I want to strap them down like Clockwork Orange style and make them read Devilman and Violence Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which is partially what Berserk is based on. Because if they can't handle Berserk, they're not handling those two at all.
Actually, I read a bit, and apparently Miura was citing Conan the Barbarian also as reference.
Yeah, like it literally starts off with Guts fucking a demon and then blowing her head off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
All right. So
sometimes I feel like Miura did all that violence shit to gatekeep the normies away from his stuff.
Honestly, I just this. Miura was just trying to tell a story, like any author should.
Yeah.
Like, this is a story I want to tell. I'm going to tell it. And
from what I heard, the editor was only giving him relevant things that he shouldn't do with the book. Otherwise, he had full reign of what he wanted to do with the story.
I mean, they're complaining about dark fantasy. This isn't Harry Potter where it's just light fantasy. This is dark fantasy.
No. Fuck.
You have to be prepared.
I would absolutely love it for Guts to just walk into Harry Potter world and lay waste.
Yeah, he just cuts Voldemort in half.
Yes.
Yeah, I posted some
this pussy magic shit. Just clang.
How about not making every single fantasy a desensitized version of itself?
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally complaining about the Devil Dog mini arc that was actually not in the TV show or the movies for some reason. But they're just complaining about the scene. I'm like, okay, but those are the bad guys. Those aren't the good guys. Those aren't the main characters. Those are tertiary antagonists. What are you complaining about?
They get defeated as well. The most glorious way. But Guts cuts his dick off.
Yes. The entire point of the Black Dog Knights is, oh, hey, these are some brutal motherfuckers. We haven't seen them before because they are this way. Now, we see what they do. We don't want that to happen to our protagonists. These are the bad guys. That is the entire point of them. That and to be the appetizer for the eclipse.
Right.
Which by the way, they're not, these are fucking normies because if they can't handle the Black Dog Knights, they definitely wouldn't be able to handle the fucking eclipse.
I wonder if they can handle the horse. The Farnese.
Good old rape horse. Fan favorite character. All right, as an appetizer for what we're going to cover, let's take a couple screenshots from Twitter that was sent to me. This.
Oh, no. Oh no.
I'm not pro censorship, but he is. If you're not pro censorship, but you absolutely are pro censorship.
Any
Don't
man
lie to
that
me.
says, yeah, anything before but doesn't count.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, this person was suspended from Twitter because
No, they
I think in
deleted.
the
No, they
later tweet
No,
he
they
was
deleted
calling
it.
for the death of Miura.
No, that's the next one I had to show.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Especially in a world where male violence against women is still an extremely real problem. Like violence is a problem, is always going to be a problem.
Yeah, in the Middle East.
Yes. Misogyny, in this case, violent and gratuitous depictions of femicide. Gratuitous depictions of femicide. I got something pulled up.
Femicide.
I got something pulled up that's gonna just not only is it not taken, not only isn't what misogyny not only isn't taken seriously, but is treated as entertainment. No, these are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Bad guys. Also, fucking the thing I wanted to point out, this guy talking about like depravity and gratuitous depictions of whatever, his profile pic is a dark elf. They're known for that kind of shit. In every fucking media where dark elves are, they are known for being the most depraved, sadistic motherfuckers on the planet. But you're gonna
It's
have
okay
that
when he does it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's obviously it's okay when he does it. Again, like the layers, the normie layers are stacking on top of each other.
Well, I'll address the first point. How is this legal? Well, it's a drawing, so that's how it's legal.
Yeah.
Like
Kentaro Miura didn't actually go out and do this.
yeah, they're like, well, clearly he raped and killed a bunch of women, and then he drew what he did.
Do you need like a license to be violent with women in fiction?
I suppose so. Femicide, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he killed everybody. The Black Dog Knights, I'm pretty sure they just straight up murdered anybody.
Miura had to kill his wife first to experience this. Yeah. He needed like a legit reference.
Like, yeah. It's not entertainment. These are tertiary antagonists. These are like the subplot on the way to the eclipse. Like, these aren't the main characters. I think the apostle's name is Wyatt. These aren't they all,
Wild, yeah.
Yeah. Aren't they all criminals? It's been a while since I read Golden
basically,
Age.
like they are like the criminals, and they are on the same status as the Band of the Hawk.
Like there were war criminals that were kind of kept in the background because the king
they
of
were
Midland
sent to
couldn't
the
get rid of
edge
them
of the
because
borders to like keep them away from the Journo
literally
conflict.
just terrorists in the employ of the Midland government. That's all they were. Like, and of course, the king couldn't get rid of them because Wild's an apostle, and
Zach wants to come in.
Yes, he's saying yes. Please let me in.
Hi.
Hello.
I just got off work. I'm tired. What fresh hell is this?
The Twitter normies have found Berserk.
Through Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, I've known about that for a few days. I've already had my rage about it.
Yep.
Through
so
Elden Ring. Yeah.
That's that. Yeah, through Elden Ring of all fucking things. And then so that was the first one.
Yes, Elden Ring, the game they think needs to be easier because yes.
And then here's this.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna be honest here. I thought about sending you a screenshot of this tweet because I found it myself. Thought about sending you a screenshot of that tweet, but then I thought I don't want to upset him.
It's too late now, Bears.
Yeah,
I mean, Zach, because they deleted this profile.
Yeah, this person deleted their thing, which good.
No, it's suspended.
No. It says this account does not exist, so they self-deleted because they got ratioed.
Really?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, because Berserk shows a kid being raped. Yeah, that's the main character.
Donovan. Yeah, by Donovan. It's not portrayed as good.
Which I think should be illegal. Like, we didn't see everything. We just saw fucking Donovan, George Floyd, guts, and then cut to the aftermath.
George Floyd.
Just straight up kneeling on him, and then like cut to the aftermath. That's all we needed. And that's all
Who
we
is George Floyd in person?
Medieval George Floyd.
Medieval George.
And then when he died, all the mercenaries got mad. Like, how could you kill this innocent angel, Guts?
Guts, I cannot sacrifice.
I can't, Griffith!
That was good. Okay, well, it is illegal in real life, yes, but I mean, he has PTSD.
I don't know how much more illegal you can make it.
Yeah.
Fucking a kid. All right. That's
Well,
that's what they're
California is
talking
working
about.
its way to make.
I
it
don't
legal,
know how
so-
much more illegal it can be to the point where you can be arrested, put on a registry for the rest of your life, and then killed in prison by the inmates.
Yeah, it's so illegal, even criminals don't want anything to do with you.
It's so illegal the inmates will kill you. That's illegal. It is that illegal. So depicting it in art as a thing that happened to the main character, while not glorifying it like other Netflix shows do, cuties. It's not glorified at all. In fact, it's fucking horrific in Berserk. So where's the issue? Are you mad that it exists? Are you mad? So when someone shares their story about how they were raped as a child, do you think that should be censored? Like, how far do you want to take this? What's this person? I don't care. How far do you...
Hard.
Hold on,
That's
wait.
her
Their
name.
name is C asterisk R asterisk. So I'm going to call them Corn. So Corn, how far do you want to take this? I don't know why you censored corn. Corn's a delicious fruit. Or I don't know. Is it a fruit or is it a vegetable?
It's a grain.
It's a grain.
I believe so. It's more of a carbohydrate than a regular ass vegetable.
Oh, I thought it would fall under. Whatever.
It's like potato. It's in the same vein as potatoes. I think.
What do you
Like a
mean?
starchy-
Potatoes are a
starchy-
fruit.
No, they're a starchy kind of like carbohydrate filled vegetable.
I just think everything's a fruit, including you. But why do you if I'm sitting down across the table from this person, I would my first question would be, okay, so you tweeted this. We're not going to worry about the ramifications of it. You deleted your account, but all that stuff. We're not worried about that. Why do you think this depiction, and then I would show them the frames. Because Bear, and correct me if I'm wrong. How many frames is it of the entire Guts's backstory no jutsu about getting raped?
The actual depiction of it, I think, was like 10 max.
Mark, do you happen to know?
Yes. Like, do you mean like the exact scene or every
scene-
single time it happens?
The scene, or we could also like expand it to like a
Two or
little
three
bit to the
pages.
build up, I guess.
2 or 3 pages at max. Like it builds up that like Guts is like surprised that like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? And then the thing happens.
It's just a
like,
whole
it's only
backstory no
one
jutsu.
frame, like the literal rape.
Yeah, it's
And can
basically
you
just
tell me
Donovan-
what
it's
the
basically just
rape is
Donovan-
actually of? Just for context, can you tell me
you see-
what the
you
frame is
see-
actually of?
Well, like Guts gets sold out by his foster father to this.
Right, I'm not
big
worried about
black
that.
man.
I'm worried about what the actual frame consists of.
It's
Mark.
Donovan Donovan comes in. Guts tries to reach for his sword. Donovan pins him down.
And you
and
see like
then-
a shot from Donovan from behind, and
Yeah,
Guts
you see
on
it-
the floor.
Yeah, and then
You
it's
can
a
see his
zoom.
dick.
And then it's a zoom in on Guts' pained face, and then we cut to next day.
Yeah, it
All right,
doesn't.
so I
doesn't
would show
depict
that. I would show them that and go, why is this a problem? Why is something that is clearly horrific and is being shown as something horrific? Why is this a problem? And do you have a problem with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? That's a brutal fucking rape scene in that movie.
Yeah, and it's
pretty
not like
brutal.
it doesn't occur for no reason. It's part of Guts' personality.
Like, do you have an issue with that scene in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Besides,
have
like
an
the
issue with
end of
other
the
rape
chapter,
scenes
it's
in
Guts
other
killing
media?
Donovan.
Hold on. Do you have an issue with people sharing their rape stories in an open setting? Do you think that should be censored? Okay, so why should this be censored? This hardly shows anything and shows how fucking horrific this is.
Like, also, it
Now,
happened
I
to somebody
agree.
who
It
doesn't
makes me
exist.
uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable just to look at it, because it's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening to this character. That's horrible. It's one of the most horrific things that could ever happen to a person. So of course it's going to be uncomfortable. Now, are you that uncomfortable with it that you subjectively think that it should be illegal, or are you, or do you have an issue with the depiction of a child in this scene? What if I told you Guts is 16 in this scene? What if I told you Guts is 18 in this scene? Would you still have a problem with it? This is a horrible thing that happened, and it's not glorifying it. So where is the issue?
Also, these people act like this kind of thing did not happen in the Middle Ages, and it's currently happening right now.
I present to you the Catholic Church.
I present to you public schools.
Hey.
I present to you the government.
I present to you Brazil.
Hey, you guys can't say stuff like that.
Yes, I can. I'm pretty sure I just did.
Hey.
So, it is illegal in real life.
Yeah.
And,
it's so illegal, you get killed by other inmates.
Yes.
And the writer deserved to die.
Yeah, the writer deserved death, although the story was good. What message are you saying? Like,
this is enough.
This should be illegal. It should be illegal. The person that made it should have died, deserved to die, but the story was great.
Even the haters acknowledge how good it is.
Yeah, so this person is kind of a nothing, and if anything, I would say this is more of a bait tweet.
Backfired.
Yeah, if anything, I would say this is more of a bait tweet. And if I were to imagine why they got, I just realized that their Twitter tag is "fairies come first."
Yeah. Oh.
But she deleted her account, so when I had Twitter and I baited people, I didn't delete my account. I got myself banned. So
yeah, so this person is more of a nothing. And you can even see they only got 4 likes in their entire fucking tweet. They're a nothing.
More tweets, though.
Get ratioed L bozo.
They got the attention they ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold the wrong one.
And that's what we can take away from Twitter. This is people crying out for attention. And they'll do and say anything. They'll do, say, and believe anything to get attention. And therefore should be ignored. So I think we could probably move on unless anybody else has anything to say.
Just to go back to that
just
first one. Go back to that first one, though. Oop, that's not okay, Discord. Stop. Okay, to go back
just remember, everybody on the planet Earth, I present to you a bit from George Carlin, who famously said, "Think about how stupid the average person is." Got it? All right, now realize that half of all people are more retarded than that.
I just want to highlight this. Misogyny, in this case, violent and gratuitous depictions of femicide. Like, really? Really? Huh. Man. Berserk, with its depictions of femicide. Why would they ever depict something so horrid as femicide?
Yeah, femicide is the real tragedy of Berserk.
Yeah, femicide is. Let's look at all these women that are about to get fucking cleaved in half by this meat mountain.
Well, this is really their job. It's men's job to die.
Yeah, it's men's job to be horribly mutilated by a guy.
It was nothing more than a hulking mass of iron.
Just yep. How could Berserk do this to women?
They're menstruating.
The 100-woman slayer.
The 100-woman slayer.
So these people clearly don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yes.
And cling so closely to their virtues and their ideals that they fail to see how full of holes our own arguments are.
Although the holes are on them.
These people are think that anything that makes them uncomfortable is horrifically bad and should be illegal and never ever shown. The world needs to be fluffy and pancakes and rainbows. No. These people have never had life slap them in the schnuts and have never experienced a true struggle. If they had, their eyes would be wide the fuck open. Because the world doesn't care about femicide. Femicide just happens. The world doesn't care about, I don't know, what the menocide?
Androcide, I would think, maybe.
Androcide? The men version? Would that be androcide? The fact that I don't know might say something about me.
That's a little telling right there.
But it might say something about me. I don't know what it says about me, but it might say something.
Well, it's kind of like how when you type out misogyny on any kind of like thing on your phone, the word is there. It auto fills to misogyny. But if you try and spell misandry, you have to spell that shit on your own because it's not in there.
I suppose. But
It's one of those little telling things about the world.
yeah, and it I would say it stems from this is my working theory. So chime in if anybody has any better ideas. People are so not used to discomfort. People are not used to things that make them uncomfortable, and excuse me. Instead of exploring that, instead of understanding why this makes them uncomfortable, why X, Y, Z is bad, and how to properly combat it, they shut down. They wall it off. They don't want to deal with it. Nope, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to deal with that. Keep it away from me. Keep it far, far away from me. That's why we can show the Guts versus the 100 men, but Guts versus 100 women. Oh my god. I can't. I'm imagining the uproar.
It's a result of participation trophies. They receive
No. Don't pull out that argument because that just shuts down conversation. Don't pull out that argument. It said leave the argument open for discussion. I think it's people not willing to confront uncomfortable situations. So why is it that women being slaughtered is so much worse than men being slaughtered? Well, as basic as we can get, roughly speaking, fair, roll the clip. As basic as we can get, roughly speaking, it is more horrible. Women dying is more horrible because women are shown as what's the word? As beauty, as graceful. These are the ideals that we have. The ideas rather that we have of women: beauty, graceful, innocent, maidens, the princess in the tower. These are the ideas that we have, and ultimately, this is how we're programmed as humans. Everything in society now is trying to fight against our human programming,
which is stupid. There's a reason why we have this.
And I agree, it's stupid. There's ways to embrace our human programming while not falling into misogyny or misandry. There's ways to have egalitarianism. There's ways to have equality while not trying to completely rewrite 10,000 or 100,000 years of human evolution. You can't do that. You can't flip a switch and go, you're sexist now. If you believe these things, if you think women are weaker, you're sexist. No, it's a fact. Women, by and large, roughly speaking, are weaker. Women generally are weaker than the general male population.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. This is a biological fact. And therefore, we're programmed so that women should be more protected than men. Guard the women and children. Men, encircle the women and children. Pikes up. Protect the women and children. That's how we're programmed. So whenever you see depictions of women being slaughtered and held up on pikes, being paraded around by demons and apostles, it makes you uncomfortable. It's horrific. This image of innocence and maidenhood and beauty in such a horrific fashion, it makes you uncomfortable. And people
because one of the main things is that it shows you, okay, this person is willing to do this to a young innocent girl or a mother. What do they
it
think
shows
he's
you
gonna
how
do
evil
to
this
you?
person is.
What do you
It shows
think
you
he's
how
gonna do
evil
to
this
you?
group is. And instead of confronting that and going, okay, this is a horrific thing, that person is evil, they deserve to die, they just lean too far into the shock, and they don't want to deal with it. They want it out of their brains. They wish they had never seen it. And to be honest, I fell a little bit into that because I don't like the eclipse scene in Berserk. I think it's horrible. I don't like it. Bear can tell you it makes me queasy. When we first watched it together, I was like, oof, this is a rough watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like stuff like that. I don't like where it's just darkness, nothing is good, and everything horrible that could possibly happen is happening. I don't like that shit. Because shockingly enough, I am a hopeful individual. So when all hope is lost, it makes me very, very uncomfortable. But I can still recognize the craft and the storytelling. I can still recognize that this is more of a catalyst for Guts than anything else.
Did Bear show you like how the eclipse ends though?
Yes.
Yes, with the Skeleton Knight.
Yes.
Good old Geyser coming in.
Yeah, because the TV show, I first saw it and I didn't know about like.
Doesn't it just end with the Casca getting raped?
Yeah,
Well,
that was just.
It ends with
Guts walking out as the
scream.
Black Swordsman.
Yeah.
Well, it screams and then it cuts to the Dragon Slayer and the Black Swordsman.
Yeah.
And that's really weird, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, they also the '97 anime cut out a lot of. God, fuck you.
They actually cut out less than the movies. I went through it and I was shocked.
Yeah, they took out Puck in the very beginning.
Which, thank God.
Well, yeah, that's always good.
I mean, at that point, it wouldn't make much sense to include Puck and like the scene with the old priest and the daughter.
Yeah,
it's better as it is. Like now that I read like Berserk 3 times, third time in my life, I think like it's like the TV show did a really good representation of like the story for the Golden Age arc and like a very brief part of the Black Swordsman. So like you have an idea like what Berserk is about.
Yeah,
Puck would have been added too much to the story because at that point Puck was only like narrating like what is happening.
Mm-hmm. Like just giving us an into what Guts is feeling. Also, he's there for his magic dandruff that heals Guts.
Magic healing potion guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now that we're done with that, let's get to the main course of why we're here. Berserk 1997 would be great if it wasn't sexist.
Oh, and another article that was written around the time when Miura died. Brilliant.
Gotta get those death clicks, I guess. Didn't we read this?
No, this is a different one.
Okay.
Nah, this is a new one.
Berserk 1997 covers the beloved Golden Age arc from the original manga of the same name and condenses it down to 25 animated episodes. At the risk of ticking off diehard Berserk fans, I'm taking a stance here and saying I much prefer the anime to the manga.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
They can have that opinion.
Yeah.
If you can't read, that's fine.
Yeah, like we understand if you're illiterate, which if you're writing an article like this, I'm assuming you are, then yeah, sure.
Also, by the way, written around the time that Miura died.
Yeah.
And they just had to insert black and white art by Kentaro Miura. Rip. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're doing this for the recent death clicks and to get attention and just riding the wave of Miura's death. But yeah, sure. Feign respect for the author. I already know the direction this is going to go.
Like, there are
and
great
if I'm
things
wrong,
about
I'll
the manga.
apologize for my condescending tone right now. Who wrote this?
James Blake Wing.
Which is the most
Sounds
shocking.
like a faggot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very shocking a male wrote this. I honestly thought it was a female before I read that.
I mean, this is what like being female brain does to a guy. Like there are
This
great
is
things about the manga.
this. So I'll be honest. I read a little bit of this. This guy comes off as one of the nice guys. Oh, please, madam, just a sniff of the coochie, please. I opened the door for you. I told you your boyfriend is an asshole. Just a whiff of the coochie, madam.
Please, ma'am, just a crumb of pussy. There are great things about the manga, mostly the fantastic black and white art by Kentaro Miura, but the manga indulges in tangents and volume-long fights that bogged down the core story. No.
Have you considered, and this is a wild concept, that the fights are part of the story?
Yes. Like, and if he's talking specifically about the Black Swordsman arc, about how it's just fights with no point, that is the point of the Black Swordsman arc. The Black
'Cause that's all
Swordsman
he's
arc
doing.
It wasn't even like
Guts.
that long of
That's
fights,
all
really.
Guts
Yeah.
is doing.
But
He's
yes.
just fighting. He's just rage. He's just murder, kill,
with no
kill.
point. The point of that is that there is no point. We are seeing Guts just lash out at the world.
Mhm. Well, he doesn't even mention which fight scenes. He just says that, and then he just moves on. I'm like, which one are you talking about? The Black
Yeah.
Swordsman or Millennium of the Falcon? Which fight scene?
Because the
Sammy, no.
yeah, even the Sea God fight doesn't last that long.
No,
yeah.
it's more indulging into like what is happening around the fight itself
Mm-hmm.
than the fight itself.
Hey, Bear, I
Mhm.
switched over to another tag, and Sammy the Bull was full volume in my ear.
Jesus Christ, that's something you don't want to hear. Just Samuel
God.
Bulgar just right there, like, oh Jesus.
Jeez! Christ! Please don't hurt me, Sammy.
The anime does a much better job of hitting the same dramatic beats without indulging in fights that can take over 100 pages to resolve. That is not a thing that happened.
What? Did he say over 100 pages?
Yes, that is not
No.
a thing.
That I haven't even read the manga, and I can tell you that's not a thing.
Like, the first chapter of Berserk is 100 pages. That is the introduction of Guts, what he does, what kind of opponents he's fighting, and what he is willing to do to not only the opponents he's fighting, but everyone around that person. Guts went into a town, antagonized people that worked for the Apostle, got himself captured on purpose, went through torture on purpose, just so that the guy who he was trying to kill would come down and raise the town that Guts was in, so that he could draw him out for a fight.
Yeah, the snake.
An entire town of people died because Guts was there and he had a vendetta. Like, sure, that took 100 pages, but that was the introduction to the world, and that 100 pages was not just devoted to the fight with the Snake Baron.
But was it glorified though?
Yes, it was actually very cool.
Yeah, he cuts the Snake Baron in half, if I remember.
Yeah. Cuts the Snake Baron in half, and while he's like dismembered, Guts just walks over to where his head is and starts slowly plugging bolts into him.
Even like the minister character was like questioned by Guts that like, oh, so you're sending your own people to this fucker to be eaten. You have like no feelings towards them that like this is happening.
Fucking beautiful.
Ah,
Like, we get like so much characterization for Guts, not in just what he says, but what he does. It's amazing. There's nothing I can think of that could be cut out.
yeah, the TV show is perfect for that. Yeah, like, if you don't have time for like an entire Black Swordsman arc,
Just read the Black Swordsman arc. It's not that hard.
it's
Look at
only
the pretty pictures.
It's only a few chapters, really.
Yeah, it's
like
about
what,
three
like
volumes.
8, maybe.
It's the shortest arc in Berserk.
Yeah,
Yeah, he fights a Snake Baron and the Counts, the slug guy.
Yeah. And then Golden Age.
Yep.
Anyway.
Golden Age was like 60 or 70, maybe. at max.
Yeah.
Could have been 80 if we also count the eclipse.
Before diverging, let's start with the commonality. Like, both cover the story of Guts. Why is he listing the name of the voice actor?
I don't know, just to sound like pretentious, like a professional.
The voice actor has nothing to do with the story of Berserk.
He watched the anime.
Yeah. Also, he listened to the Japanese version, which is like the dub. Okay, one of the few times that the dub is better than the sub. Berserk 97 is one of them.
Nah, no.
Yes.
For Young Guts, the Japanese voice act is fine, but whenever like he has to be like Black Swordsman, it's like very off.
Yeah, because like he doesn't have like the timbre of
the new voice actor is much more fitting.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he will never be used again.
Wasn't he used for the Golden Age movie trilogy?
He was.
Yeah.
I think like, he did a pretty good job. It's just like at first, like it struck me that he was going too much for like a Jotaro voice. Like if you really think about it, it does sound like that, but that's not his normal voice.
All right. Mercenary for hire in a fictional medieval era land. Guts crosses paths with Griffith, the leader of the Band of the Hawks, a striking man of vision with great charisma. Guts joins the Hawks, he didn't join the Hawks, more like he was kidnapped and forced to be a part of them.
Yeah, he made a deal, like defeat me, and he becomes Griffith's property essentially.
Like, you can have my sword or my ass, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
By the way, Zach, Guts actually said that.
What?
Yeah. He thought Griffith was a fag.
Yes.
So,
are you some kind of homo?
yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing this fucking, like, pretty boy, like, lean with the long hair and the androgynous face, he walks up to you and says, "I want you." Like, what? And you're a 15-year-old boy. What is the first thing you're going to think?
Especially after Donovan.
Yeah.
I came back to that. I'm sorry. I was watching the Iron Man 1 scene where he shows up to the village first time out as Iron Man and just takes out all the terrorists, and then he gets shot down by the tank and crawls out of the hole, and the CGI looks so fucking good.
Iron Man shows up in a village and has to fight with the Snake Baron.
I feel like Iron Man would win that fight.
Probably.
And that Tony Stark tells that yes, humans are weak and fragile.
Just a repulsor
Oh my
blast.
god!
Repulsor blast.
Oh my god! I just remembered Rogue One.
Why?
Sorry, there's a discussion on Twitter about good CGI in movies. Rogue One.
No.
Fuck right off, Bear. You lying sack of shit. You know
Well,
good and goddamn
okay.
well Rogue One
Leia's-
looks
It's
fucking
Leia's
gorgeous.
I'm gonna
Leia's
admit,
face.
it put more money into the
We're not talking
CGI
about
than
Leia.
the story,
We don't
okay?
talk about Leia in that movie.
Oh, okay. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about. Okay.
We don't talk about Disney parading Carrie Fisher's dead fucking corpse on a stick.
Mhm.
No, we don't fucking talk about that because it's fucking horrific and it makes me sad.
Also, yeah, like we were just talking about that. Like, yeah, imagine this happened to you. Like, what would you think of this guy? Like, probably a gay. Probably one of the gays. Yeah. Both stories work because of the strong personalities and a world that eases you into the fantasy elements. By the end of the story, the nature of who is being fought and what the stakes are is on a whole different plane of understanding and existence than the opening episodes. The deeper you go into Berserk, the more you realize that the world is working on so many levels beyond the perspective of any one character. It's also compelling because Guts is, to a large extent, fascinating in spite of what initially appeared to be stereotypical traits of male bravado. Like,
That's why he's awesome.
yes, he's prone to bursts of anger. I wonder what in Guts' life would make him prone to anger.
Being touched. Yeah.
I was just gonna say Gus's entire life. Like, he's often needlessly cruel towards people close to him. Like, no.
Not really. Like, it's funny that he's saying that about TV anime guts. Well, if you read the manga, then you would know that. Like, yeah. Oh wait, did he say that he read the manga as well?
No.
Okay,
He just-
because like
he
in the
Googled-
manga, he's extremely
Yeah, he
pricked
claimed.
towards Puck at the beginning.
Yeah, he
It
claimed
needs like I
fight
think like the Lost Children arc, and he finally puts it aside.
But like,
And
in
that's
Gus's-
when Puck stops being a character as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
In
so-
Guts' defense, like, he's trying specifically to push people away because people that get close to Guts end up dying horrifically
Yes.
or being like mind broken into being a toddler.
Yes, like building relationships again is like really a hardship for him, and like once he overcomes that, that's like when he becomes like a full character again.
Yes. He has a complete disregard for his own safety. Time and again breaks rank and custom on a whim. Like, yeah, he has no use for. I don't understand how this is a bad thing. And yet there's a fierce loyalty to him, like a mad dog. What? Mad dogs are not anybody. They're mad. They're crazy. They'll attack anybody and anything.
Didn't Casca call Guts a mad dog?
Yeah,
Yes.
but mad dogs aren't fiercely
Yeah.
loyal. That like just makes no sense.
Yeah, like
There's
Hey, a little
Mad
break
Dog-
from the retardation here. Anybody else remember episode 3, Star Wars, that whole intro scene?
When Guts and
Into
Griffith
the
were
battle of
fighting above
into
the
the
lava.
battle of Coruscant.
yeah,
Oh.
when Guts and Griffith were fighting on Mustafar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I just remembered the entire intro scene to episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and
No, it's Star
good
Wars the
CGI.
third. It's Star Wars the third gathers backstroke of the West. Get it right.
No,
Guts is over. I have the sacrifice.
Griffith! And then he does the leap and gets his eye cut on his arm lopped off.
Underestimate my leg. Oh wait!
wow, I just remembered
If we're
the
talking
web
about
swinging
Berserk
scene in
and,
Amazing Spider-Man
episode
2.
3, I need to link you the Japanese dub of Star Wars 3.
Oh Jesus!
Bear,
Uh,
we need to rewatch the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah, at some point.
Why?
Why? Because I feel like they might be good.
The first or the second one?
Both. I think they might be good.
Mike.
I would have to give them a rewatch, but they might be good. It never got finished, but maybe might be better than No Way Home.
But he doesn't stay in that place. By the time the arc ends, Gus has evolved. No. The Blacks. This is how you know this guy does not know Berserk. Like, by the end of the Golden Age arc, Gus has regressed as a person. Like, to the point where he was worse than when he started out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, two of the biggest things, right, that Guts is very ticky about is being touched and hurting children. Well, at the beginning of the Black Swordsman arc, he's fucking some random demon woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the Lost Children arc, he is murdering children with reckless abandon.
Yeah, pseudo apostles. Yeah.
Right.
He was throwing up as well.
Yeah.
I don't think like he was throwing up in any other arc, really.
Right. So, like, Guts is regressing as a person. Like, now, like, when, like, Guts originally only liked having sex with Casca because she, like, they had a whole fucking thing where they let loose with all of their vulnerabilities and accepted each other. And when Guts accidentally killed Adonis, he was shell-shocked for several hours.
Mm-hmm.
right? But then cut to Black Swordsman arc, and he's murdering children left, right, and center, and fucking random bitches. Why? Because he's trying to kill demons. Like, that is all Guts recognizes, is kill demon. Doesn't matter what I have to do, kill demon. It doesn't matter what parts of myself I compromise, kill demon. That is not an evolution of a person. It's the exact opposite. Like, Guts stepping back from that brink is his evolution. But you would know that if you read the manga, you haven't. Griffith is equally compelling, although for entirely different reasons, given that he's soft-spoken, emotionless.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of Guts, but like there's the beautiful contrast of Berserk is that while Guts comes off as like an asshole and like he's like wild and like he goes his own way, and Griffith looks like more like collective and composed. Like really like the real personality of them are the exact opposite as well.
Mm-hmm.
Griffith is really just using everyone around him as a tool to get his goals to establish his kingdom.
Like, one of the few times we actually saw into Griffith's head was the duel right at the end of the Golden Age arc between the two.
Like he was almost willing to kill Casca because she was coming in front of between them. They were having the duel.
Right. And like right before the Guts and Griffith crossed swords, Griffith was like, okay, if I'm off by even a millimeter, I could kill Guts. If anything goes wrong, if his blade is not in the exact right position, I could slip off of him and embed my sword in his skull. And then he thinks about it, and he's like, you know what? If I can't have Guts, no one can.
No one can, yeah. That is just such a giveaway of his character. But no, like Griffith is a good guy. It was only the eclipse that made him rotten.
Also, that's not emotionless. That is like very clear anger.
Narcissism. Yeah.
Yes, narcissism. He leads with an air of control, sometimes of seeming indifference, but always with a pinpoint sense of purpose and control. He's that guy who doesn't even have to try to be cool, but is also single-minded, also so single-mindedly driven that one thing that he honestly does not care about the many distractions that would waylay a less focused person. His dream and vision provides direction and purpose to people who otherwise feel lost in a world that makes little sense. Not really. The whole Bonfire of Dreams thing, it's essentially like Griffith has the drive to get where he wants to go, and people need the support network. So they go to somebody who has that great of a drive, the charisma to make things happen. And they help pull him along to his goal with the hopes that doing so will help achieve their goal. Right? Like Gaston, he wanted to open a clothing shop. Well, it's really fucking easy to open a clothing shop in the country when you are a war hero, a decorated war hero, have been risen to peerage, and are friends with the general of the most prestigious military organization in the land. Like, that's why everybody, like, we have the whole, like I said, the Bonfire of Dreams, Guts went into every, like, his men specifically, mentioned 3 guys by name and why they're doing it. Like, these people are not lacking purpose. Like, they just found a guy who is the best person capable of helping them achieve their goals. So they're hitching on and helping him in return. Like, it's one of those subtle things that you'll pick up if you actually read the fucking manga.
Did anybody actually watch Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yeah,
No.
I did.
How was it?
It was actually pretty good. They could have just cut 30 minutes and I would have been happy. But yeah, it shits on Joss Whedon's. Not to distract.
How was the CGI in it?
It was actually Superman didn't look like shit. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, good.
Actually,
I'm still not gonna watch it, but
honestly, I kind of liked Flash in that movie, even though he chokeslammed a pregnant chick in real life.
oh, Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I kind of liked him in that movie.
What?
By the way, a lot of the replies in this thread are the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 for what's some good CGI. There's a lot of Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and yeah, they're not wrong.
Rounding out the leads is Casca, and this is the character that gets into the nasty parts of Berserk.
Oh, why?
Oh.
Tell me
So-
why. Tell me why.
I hear what you say. Don't know why. Don't know why.
Put your glasses on. Nothing will
Nothing
be
will be
wrong.
wrong. Like, okay, so Guts being abused by his father, raped by, one of his father's men, that's not the nasty part. Griffith orchestrating the assassination of several members of the ruling family of the country that they are in the employ of, that's not the nasty part. It's Casca. Casca's the one that... What? There's no beating around the bush here. Berserk is a manga and anime written by a man and made for men.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Like the thumbnail says, that's what seinen means.
Although I have met with a lot of women who like Berserk,
Yeah, no.
surprisingly, even
Yeah, a
with
friend of
all
mine.
the eclipse and such.
Yeah,
A
it's
friend
almost,
of mine loves Berserk. Yeah, she fucking loves it.
it's almost as if Berserk is a good story. That is
Okay,
like,
I'm done with the CGI thread. I'm back now. What's up?
It's almost as if Berserk is a story that is made for men, but is so good that it can be appealed to everybody.
I would be careful about saying it can appeal to everybody.
What?
Doesn't, I mean,
Okay,
prime example, it doesn't super appeal to me.
But
I
okay,
recognize
we're
the
making-
craft.
Feels to
Zach.
me more than Demon Slayer.
we're making the distinction between men and women. So in
Well,
the
I am a
broadca-
woman.
the bro- yeah, I'm a woman.
Is Casca gonna be the new Batwoman?
No, because Casca would
Batman
be
can learn so much from her.
Casca would be competent in the role of Batwoman.
That girl, Batwoman. I can learn so much from her.
I can learn so much. But what? This is why I don't buy comic books anymore.
This is why, Bear, you should just embrace
No,
shutting the fuck up and finding the good in the world.
no.
Maybe if you went outside and touched grass, you would understand that you're so good in your world.
Bears is the Black Swordsman arc right now.
Listen, you need to touch grass. Stop beating your meat to anime big titty waifus.
And
You
Zack
need
is
to
fucked.
touch grass also. You also need a good girlfriend. You
Touch
should
your colon with
stop
a rock.
reading comic books. Stop reading manga because you're such an incel loser virgin. You're also like half white, which is pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie. You should die. You also you're also a race traitor.
At least I had a dad.
You know, I didn't think I was gonna make it this far. I thought I would have gotten like the bear charging gift by now, and I didn't really have a whole lineup of things to throw at you.
Yeah, I'll just wait for you to tire yourself
He'll
out.
tucker himself out. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll make fun of the fact that you don't have a dad.
Neither do you.
Well, I mean, my dad. I knew where my dad was when he died.
I got a mom though. Got him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
For context, I can make these jokes. I have his permission.
Yes, he does. While Miura did an admirable job of making Casca a compelling character in her own right, probably the most complex of the three lead.
Mm,
God,
Really?
right.
Like
God.
potato soup is that complex?
Potato, yeah. Guts.
Wait, potato soup.
As she is consistently at odds with her love of Griffith, disdain.
Dude, I want some fucking
For
potato
God.
soup right now. Let me see how many potatoes I have. Hold on.
sense of
Zach
professionalism.
doesn't
towards being-
understand.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah, she becomes potato. For people in the chat, yeah, she becomes a potato after the eclipse.
19 years she was a potato.
19 years.
Hey Zach, do you like some taters?
Yes.
Yes. Like that's when you put the shields up and the pikes out. Like, okay, here we go. Like, sound the horn of Fellhammerhand. We got fucking orcs on their way.
Okay, it's been a while since I read Berserk. Is her backstory like elaborated on? Because he says she's the most.
Just
Yes.
very briefly that like she grew up in like the very far of Midland where it was always pillaged. So it was a poor family of 8 children, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Like,
uh,
I think where her village was kind of borders on
Cushion
the borders
Empire?
of the Kushan and the
Kushan, yeah.
because there's
Yeah, that's
always there was always friction and shit that was happening in her village, and given her skin color and hair color, she kind of looks like one of the Kushans, so it would make sense.
But that's the only thing about her. Like, I just assumed she was like half cushion. And
yeah,
that's
and
it.
like she was almost half raped by a nobleman, and then
Yeah.
Griffith saves.
Yeah, but that's it. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Like, that's all we really need to know because everything else is just banned to the hawk.
I actually like her more as a potato. She's actually more entertaining. I remember when I was 18, I saw the movie. I'm like, oh, I can't stand this bitch. And I read the manga. I'm like, oh, I like her because she just kind of retardedly wanders around.
Having like some fetus protecting her all the time.
Yeah, she accidentally wanders into like some sex cults in volume 16 or 17.
To be fair, there was some dumb bitch that took her there.
Yeah,
I hated it wasn't Nina, but some.
Yeah, it was Nina.
Nina. Okay.
the chick with the puffy hair. Yeah.
Yeah, the chick with
Yes.
the puffy hair and the pussy.
Like there are only like a fair few characters in Berserk that I really don't want there, and that was one of them.
And I think Nina is like designed to be an annoying little bitch.
Yes.
Kind of like Farnese.
Yeah.
I actually don't like Farnese. I think Luca, the hooker, would have been a better replacement for Farnese.
Yeah, but
Farnese
Luca-
was really unlikable at the beginning. Now much later, like she's a way better character, but like it's still like things that she has done is like, yeah.
I do miss the BDSM angle with Farnese.
All miss the horse. The horse should have been a companion with Donovan riding it.
Fucking rape horse with fucking rape.
Imagine the Scarlet coming with rape horse.
Oh,
Coming for you,
Jesus.
Void. I'm coming
Oh,
for you.
God.
You and that big brain of yours.
Guts. I found the weapon that can defeat the God Hand. Look,
Rape horse.
Yeah, I've been eating Beharets for like thousands of years. Like, I didn't realize I just needed a giant cock to defeat Void.
Just throws rape horse at Void in the rape.
predict
Oh,
this
Right in the brain.
causality.
Yeah, he opens a portal to dodge the dong, but then dong just hits the back of Void's head.
Yeah, it's just fucking like the rape horse's dong like dodges around the portal that Void makes.
I really also miss like Mosgus, like the crazy priest.
He was kind of.
Ah,
Well, I grew up Catholic, so I didn't really care for the super religious fanatic guys.
It was a fun fight though,
It was
Well,
a good fight.
both in the manga and in the Berserk Muso game.
Yeah, the game.
I almost fear that you're gonna say the anime. but
2016. Yeah, I don't like. No, please don't say that. I'm like, oh, okay, just a PS4 game. Good.
Like, I'm not fucking crazy. Come on now. Like, can we talk about the 2016 anime? Like, I've watched the fucking like people on YouTube have made compilations, like the true fight montages of Guts versus Grunbeld.
Yes.
And it's actually like using like edited together footage of the PlayStation 2 Berserk game.
Yes, and it has better animation than the 2016 anime.
Yeah, like how do you do that?
But
Like
because
how?
I think like some of those people who made that Berserk game are later worked at From Software, so they were very competent even at the time. The 2004 was when the PS2 game came out.
But like
Uh,
12 years of technology. Like shit should be getting easier to animate, not harder.
if you have competent people, because like the people that were employed for Berserk 3D only learned 3D animation like the year before that.
Oh god.
They haven't
no.
had like previous experiences. Like they were like traditional 2D animators.
Then why didn't they just animate in 2D?
Because they thought like they can like save a lot of time by making
But
a
they
lot
ended
of
up
assets.
they ended up
But
not
like then
saving
the
time.
program that they were using failed them, and then they had to use a previous version of the software that couldn't render enough polygons. So they had to like dump down the poly count of the models. That's just like do you remember like the original trailer for Berserk 2016? Like,
Yes.
if you look at that, the model for Guts looks way closer to like how he looks in the manga, and he looks pretty decent as well, and the effects as well. But they couldn't do that because the software just didn't let them, because they had no idea how to figure out how to like make the proper models again for the render itself. And it's just
Like
how the fuck can something like that happen for like a professional industry?
Like, this is Berserk, right? One of the most influential manga
Yeah, like
stories.
nobody wanted to touch Berserk because they were feeling like we are not worth it. And then this bitch ass studio gets the rights. And Miro and the studio behind was like, wow, well, we are anticipating each episode of Berserk because like we are like watching it together and such. And I'm like, oh god, I feel sorry for the guy. But like no, like he experiences this like like somebody made animation of this. Like
God, how do you do that? Like, how? Like, okay, I need a commission of painting, right? Like, I could have Michelangelo, I could have Leonardo da Vinci, I could have Raphael, or I could have my nephew Liam and finger painting this shit. Like, and we went with Liam. Like, how? What? Huh? What? Anyway. For Griffith's professionalism and general anger at being slighted as both a soldier and a woman, she's ultimately reduced to being a woman first and foremost in all the places where it matters. What does that mean? One key point that drives a multi-episode arc of the show is the fact that she's too weak to fight because she gets her period. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a key point to the entire arc, but there was one moment. It was just for a moment. I don't think it drove the entire arc of that.
It didn't. Like her period was not. Her period
is it
was
called
not
the period arc?
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. We have to stop fighting. Casca's on her period. Okay, let's just sit around for 4 episodes.
Like that's not like her period is one of like it's a twist. It's not the entire point. The entire point of that thing is, hey, let's give Casca her backstory and let's show her and Guts like starting to like each other.
Yeah.
That is the point of that.
They are warming up to each other, and that's like so wonderful about that scene. And like she has her payback to that douchebag in the Castle Siege episodes, but like she can finally fight competently and defeat that douchebag.
Like, right, because she's not having a prolonged fucking fight on horseback while she has her period and
it's
a fever
all Watchmen's fault.
and
cramps.
Like, dude, this is how you know this guy has never lived with a woman for any length, right? Because like sometimes, you know, when chicks on her period, It's like, oh, she's irritable for a little bit. And every once in a while, that shit hits them hard. Really hard.
This guy really needs to touch some horse.
Yes. He needs to touch some horse. Or have a horse touch him, either way.
By force.
Yes. Hi, force.
Hi-yo.
And the final treatment of her character in the last episode is just downright heinous. Although I will say I think the manga is worse in both these fronts, especially because the anime severely tones down the length it spends on depicting women getting raped.
Yeah, like there was like in the manga, there's that scene before Guts is sent to assassinate the Julius and the son, and Griffith says like, "Hey, look, Guts, they even have this kind of books," and Griffith is literally showing porn to Guts. I don't think that was in the anime.
No. The main character got ass raped as a child. What happened to the main character? Like, Griffith had the whole thing with Governor Genin, right?
Yes.
It kind of seems like if you have a hole and a rapist is around you and stronger than you, then things are going to happen negatively. Also, like, yeah, Casca was treated heinously in the Eclipse. Nobody else was, though. Nobody else had, like, nobody else had, like, their eye gouged out.
Women most affected.
Yeah. But no one had their eye gouged out. No one had to cut his own arm off.
Corcus was literally
My man
raped by
Corcus
a
went out
woman
like a man.
demon. That very same demon is killed in the first panel of Berserk.
Like, yeah.
My man Corcus went out like a hero.
Yes.
Between
Like,
some movies.
yeah. Like, okay. Like, Corcus had that. Pippin, right? Pippin. My boy Pippin did his best against the apostles. Killed a couple of them.
Count.
Yeah, but then the slug count came along and puppeteered his dead body just to fuck with Guts. And then ate it.
Mm.
Fucking Gaston, right?
Screams in the abyss.
Yes.
As every other people who killed by the apostles.
Yeah. Fucking Gaston, right? He was allowed to think that he made it out. But then an apostle, like, climbed its way up through his body and burst out its head.
Yeah.
Slowly, painfully. Felt every second of that shit. But, you know, women most affected. Whether or not, like, okay,
if Guts didn't have to experience the kind of rape that he had in the childhood, then I believe like he would have ended up as a potato as well.
Yeah. Like, honestly, though, this fucking guy, he wants to go to bat for women, but he doesn't understand how women's bodies work because of the fucking period thing he just said. Like, what? Periods don't make women weak. Yes, they do.
Yes. They also.
All right, I got one sandwich on the skillet. I got one on the plate here.
Better be a goddamn ham apple witch or I'm kicking you out.
It's not a ham apple witch, but I got.
All right, bye.
F's in the chat, please.
Should have made a ham apple witch. I told you. Whether or not you feel like you can stomach that will probably be a good gauge of whether or not Berserk is something for you. I'm conflicted because there's a lot to love here. But I just, for the life of me, wish Miura found a way not to pull a classic woman in refrigerator move. Fuck you!
Oh, no way.
Fuck
No.
Oh,
like, when you use that phrase, you doom yourself.
Oh, no, he did.
Gail Simone reference, everybody. Gail fucking Simone. Gail the Whale Simone. Okay, she is not the be-all, end-all of writing. She's not even the B. Right?
She's not even the
C.
Like, this woman wrote some mediocre Wonder Woman books, and everyone just sucks her fantasy dick for no reason.
Like she was so bad that like Masterclass refused her because she was not competent enough. She wanted to like make a class on like how to write comic books, and like people were saying, well, we don't really have much interest in you.
Like, this is the woman, right, who thinks that only women are ever killed in comic books. Meanwhile, Tim Drake's dad, like Uncle Ben,
Bruce Wayne's parents.
Bruce Wayne's parents, Tony Stark's parents. It's almost as if death of a loved one, regardless of sex, can be a motivation for the main character. And also, Casca is not the only reason why Guts became the Black Swordsman. Like, she's definitely a major factor, but like when he was in the coma and dreaming about the Band of the Hawk, he was trying to chase after them and save all of them. Like, fuck, in the Black Swordsman, both of the Black Swordsman, like, major bits. The one with the Snake Baron. The preamble of the Snake Baron is Guts specifically targeting the demon that killed Corcus. And then he goes after the Slug Count, the one that killed and puppeteered Pippin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, specifically targeting people that fucked with his friends and killed them. It might legitimately be the only thing holding me back from calling Berserk great. Then you're a fucking idiot. Because Berserk is great. This is not to say that there aren't other flaws. Like, while I generally like the style and palette of the animation, some might find the colorized version of this sacrilegious given Miura's strong black and white work. No, have you ever read manga ever? They're all black and white because they're trying to save money and save time.
Inking Berserk would take ages.
Like, the color, like, try to color Berserk. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Like,
there are some projects for that, but like it's only for like a few panels, I believe.
yes. Like,
yeah, they always do that with manga, the first 3 pages. So is he saying every anime is sacrilegious? Because almost every manga is black and white because they have to pump out a chapter a week. So
that's the entire thing. Like, they're trying to save time. Like, see, when you have, like, okay, this is when you don't understand anything about anything, right? Like, you say stupid shit like this. Like, Miura, like, we'll just delete Miura's perfectionism out of the fucking thing, right? We'll just delete that out of the equation. You had to draw it. You had to draw the individual characters. You had to draw the backgrounds. Like, and then he had to do pencil all that shit. Then he had to ink it. Then he had to have a letterer. Like, put the words in the bubbles.
And that's with assistants. Most mangaka have assistants. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Like, all of that shit takes time. If you don't and on top of that, add color, which takes even more time.
Yeah.
Because you got to make sure you got to put you don't just one color and that's it. Colorists are not Rohan Kishibe. They can't just like throw color at a page and have it be fun. You got to try shit out. You got to like, okay, you got to submit it to the main guy and say, hey, does this look good? And then he'll come back with edits. Like, I don't like this color. Can we make this more vibrant? Can we tone this down? I need this color. I need this thing to be this color. And then you got to do it over again.
Well, he's comparing the anime to... There's not a colorized version of the Berserk manga. He's comparing the anime to the black and white manga, which makes no sense. They're not comparable.
Like, yes, like
it's an animation studio.
I think like somebody likes making like the point that like, oh, Berserk wouldn't work with colors because Miura is like putting so much emphasis on the black and white.
That's stupid.
That's stupid. Miura has like made all the covers in color.
Yes,
like, he knows like how they look.
It looks good in black and white because it's supposed to, because it isn't colored. When there's art that's black and white that's meant to be colored, it it's lessened because
Mm.
the artist already knows it's going to be colored. Mira knows this won't be colored, so he makes the black and white more stand out more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's how Japanese Japanese graphic novels work.
Yeah, they have to pump out a chapter a week, these fuckers. So they're like Miro pretty much had no life.
Like,
I think he said that he had no social life.
Like, it's the oddity to have a manga in full color.
I return again. What have I missed?
This guy's saying that the animation is sacrilegious because it has colors.
Okay. Should I use the line that that the Twitter lefties always use? Touch grass. Get over it. You'll be all right.
The show occasionally tries to mimic the style of these freeze frames.
Mimic the style. Oh, you mean by being based off of the art of the manga?
Yeah. Like, it uses to justify moments of action, but they come across as totally drawn. Yeah, that's okay. Just like coloring was not coloring was a way for the manga to save money and time. Using those stills in the anime was a way for the studio to save money and time. This is what
just
happens
imagine
when
that
you
you
don't
had to
put
shoot these episodes like once a week.
Like time, money.
I like how this guy's framing it as Berserk is sexist, but he's saying all these other flaws. This is not to say there aren't other flaws. Well, I generally like that. Yeah, fuck off.
Like, that's not to say this
is a nothing. Actually, I don't even think he means it.
Other flaws color.
Bear. We can skip past this because I don't think he actually means it. This is just a thing where he's like trying to shake off all the sexist haters. No, I have other legitimate reasons for hating this show.
I have
but
other
it's sexist mainly.
I have other legitimate reasons like color. Color is a legitimate criticism of Berserk. Are you fucking stupid? Like, okay, so other flaws. Color and freeze frames.
It just seems like
got to be stupid.
Yeah, he's never like seen an anime before. But just like that, it just comes off like that.
Also, like a lot of anime, when it comes to certain sequences of scale or scope, the frames are either pan stills or generic shots to find lazy ways to animate as little as possible. Money and time constraints.
I don't know. I rewatched some of the scenes from the TV show after the manga. Yes, like they are a downscaled versions of it. That is also a constraint of the fact that like this was like a general 4:3 ratio anime, so you couldn't like show that much detail on the screen. But I think like they have done really well for what they had. For like a general anime episode budget, like they did outdone themselves.
Right. I understand that animation is an expensive process, especially in the 90s. Well, apparently you don't. Apparently you don't, because you said all of this bullshit. There are more and more moments that the show goes on where it feels like the quality of the animation takes a hit. Where? Show where? When? Show a thing. Also, random
he's never
picture
gonna mention it. Oh god.
Random picture of pre-eclipse. Thank you. That being said, they do pull out all the stops for the final 2 episodes, which honestly make for a fantastic setup of some of the most deliciously hellish and bizarre stuff committed to celluloid.
What? But he was complaining about that.
Yeah, he was just complaining about this.
Yeah, he was saying it was too brutal, and now it's like, oh, it's deliciously hellish. Like, what? Are you bipolar? What's wrong with you?
Yes, it is. It was bonkers when Miura drew it. You didn't read the manga! How would you know?
But he only read the 100-page fight.
Yeah, he only read that 100-page fight that he made up in his brain. What? I think this rendition might be more effective Okay. Not reading ahead, I can see the logic behind that because when shit like this is moving and you're hearing like people, like the characters actually reacting to the horror that they're being subjected to, yes. Like right at the end of this thing, like right before the Skull Knights saved them, saved Guts and Casca, like you see Guts having that, this outburst of rage and sorrow, right? But actually, like hearing that is more visceral. So I'll give him this. If that's what he says, I'll give him that. It's an iconic conclusion of the art. Okay, so he didn't say it. What?
All right. So I had to make sandwiches. I had to clean up cat vomit. I walked past my TV, and it's the EFAP where Smut is on. So that's nice, isn't it?
EFAP.
EFAP.
Smud.
Smud?
Smud.
Smudfap.
Yes.
I agree.
As much as I hate to circle back to it, fucking X to doubt, given the title of this fucking article. I think the tough question comes: is Berserk something I can recommend to people in spite of how horrifically it exploits its female lead character by the end of the story? Guts cut his own arm off and had his eye gouged out. What? And Casca was not the only one that got fucked up by the eclipse, guy. Like 25 men lost their lives. Guts lost his left arm and his right eye, and the woman he loved.
Hey, Bear. Do you remember a conversation we had a few weeks ago about ideals and ideologies being a lens in which, for which you see the world through?
Yes.
This guy.
Yeah.
He can only see the world through sexism, through the lens of SJW, if we can call it that. And I'm saying this between bites of my sandwich. But it's the only way he can really see the world. And I think he knows that that's a flawed view to have. I think he's aware of it a little bit because he sprinkles in other criticisms here and there.
Criticisms like color.
Yes. Sprinkles in other fake criticisms here and there to make it seem like this isn't the only viewpoint that he has. Or at least that would be my my best guess. In a way, I pity him, but also he's an idiot. Don't shed tears for the stupid. You'll be crying all day.
Hey.
But
Bez. You need to show that image I just sent in private chat.
What? I got something else. I just got something else I need to show real quick. Just
okay.
Yeah.
I just want to. Women most affected. Women most affected by Guts cutting his own goddamn arm off. I just yeah. Nobody else but Casca's being hurt in that situation. Nobody else is having a bad time in the eclipse. Guts is just hanging out.
I don't know. Femto's having a great time.
He's having the time of his life. Just like Casca.
Yeah, it's great. Fucking goddamn. How can you see that shit and think, man, Casca sure is the only one having problems right now? Fucking fell off of a tower, and the only thing that broke his fall was a lake of his friend's blood. And then he cuts his arm off, and then he gets his eye gouged out. But Casca's the only one having a bad day. Okay. Fuck. I think the anime version is much more palatable than the manga for a number of reasons. Like, Guts cutting his own arm off slowly. Jesus Christ. One of which is Miura seems to spend way too much time drawing in detail, far more than needs to show to convey the point.
He pays too much attention to his craft. He is so devoted to delivering a quality product that he'll go in and pixel by pixel draw shit.
Yes, that's what took like a lot of the hiatuses later on. Like Miura learning how to draw.
He's taking too long. He's taking too long to make this good thing.
Even now that Miura is dead, he's still learning how to draw.
Yeah.
Why is he making it good?
Yeah.
This is bullshit. He's taking so long. Look at all the lines. Look at them. There's so many lines. Make him stop drawing lines.
Why doesn't he just
write about this on Twitter and they're gonna rip him to shreds? He's a faggot. He's a fool. He's a hack. He's drawn so many lines.
Let's see, Miura should have just drawn bean mouths. That would have made Berserk great.
Imagine like Berserk with CalArts.
Yeah, just flat. Everything is flat and primary fucking pastel colors and bean mouths. It's great. Everything. Casca is just shaped like a fucking lump, like an amogus with a head on it.
I want every character in Berserk portrayed as Steven Universe characters.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
Fuck.
Why don't you just save time by drawing everything in Steven Universe? In fact, why would you do anything other than Steven Universe? Look at Steven Universe. Isn't Steven Universe so great? Everybody needs to watch Steven Universe. Look at the art style of Steven Universe. See how they pump those episodes out every single day? Look at Steven Universe. Wow, Steven Universe is so good. Die.
Like, look at this. This is the anime, but look at how beautiful this is.
I want Casca to touch me with not her sword.
Potato Casca or Golden Age Casca?
Golden Age, obviously.
Okay.
Golden potato.
Wait, like as a potato or like post potato?
Yes.
Yeah.
So post potato. Yes, I would like post potato Casca to touch me.
Yes.
And also Golden Age Casca because, goddamn, I don't think even I could be attracted to that much trauma. Don't get me wrong. I go after some fucked up women, and I look at those fucked up women and go, I can fix them.
Yeah, totally.
Turns out you fucking can't. Same goes for you too, women. Not that there's any women watching the show, but same goes to you too, women out there that look at a broken fucking man with prison tattoos, 30 arrests on his record, and go, I can fix him. No, the fuck you can't.
28 teardrop tattoos and a no regrets tattoo on his fucking.
Zach was in
no regrets tattoo right on his neck.
Yeah, like I can fix him. Like, nah, I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I mean, if we're talking like a dog, then maybe.
Oh god, like a picture of Wild, and I can fix him.
Oh god.
we need to make that.
Fucking crazy bitches. I can fix him. Mm-hmm.
No, it's just a picture of Femto. It's just a picture of Femto. I can fix him.
Literally Casca.
Like, well, I mean, if we go by the Lord of the Rings, or not, like, no, the Rings of Power trailer, like that one gay guy, I was like, if Sauron was cute, I'd be like, I could fix him. Like, the most evil person in the setting, really? Really? You're gonna fix that, huh? Okay. I
didn't watch the trailer. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, he said like it was. We'll watch it after the stream, but like, yeah.
No, we fucking won't. You can shut the fuck up. I don't want to know any more about it. I'm good. We're good. We can move on. I don't want to know. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know anything about it. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How about you, Bear? Never say another goddamn word about the Rings of Power ever again, at the risk of me just flying up to. I know you're coming here to Texas, but I will fly up to Washington and fuck you right in the mouth just for talking that dumb shit.
Who's gonna pick you up from the airport?
Don't worry about it. Probably a cab. I don't know where you live, but I'll figure it out.
Just a pile
the
of dead
hobos
homeless
now.
people. Yeah.
I'll just follow the dead homeless people, and eventually I'll reach your apartment.
Just me sitting like Black Adam. Or well, here I'll just.
It's just a throne
It's
of
just, it's just me, like sitting like that, just like on a pile of homeless.
Hold on. No, we can do better.
The throne is made of skulls of the homeless.
Skulls of the skulls.
And he's drinking wine from the skull of the like king homeless he slew.
The king of the homeless, yeah.
Oh god, like you're making like a sword out of the skulls, like
Oh,
a mallet.
Yeah.
All right, hey Bear.
Mm.
Oh god.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hold on. I thought I had another one. Check private chat and open that for me.
Oh yeah, we need to show what Mark gave us too. Private chat. Boop, boop. Mark in 3D. Open it. Oh god, Mark, why?
Hey, Zach wanted to know what happens in that panel. Okay,
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
this is at least like a version that he can see.
Okay.
4 kids Berserk.
It's all censored.
Jesus Christ.
Gustav. They turned guts into Gustav. Eat your vegetables to grow big and strong.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, have you seen this one? Let me.
Now, Bear, I'd like you to pull my image up, and that's what I find when I finally reach your apartment. Except it's just two. Instead of that in front of the throne, it's 3 homeless bodies.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's about what I find.
I love it.
Let me know if you've seen this one that I shared.
Oh no! Oh
What is
no!
that? What's that?
This is my favorite one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
And he's got his glasses on.
Yeah.
Nothing will be wrong.
Thanos Donovan is now canon in the
Jesus Christ.
Thanos Donovan. Oh no!
I destroyed rape, so no rape can happen.
I use the rape to rape the rape.
What? That's wow. We are absolutely gonna get banned off of YouTube.
It's complicated because I don't think at any point the show is trying to condone the behavior, and I understand that a large extent of the moment is more about Griffith and Guts than it is about Casca, which is exactly the problem. Like, Casca goes from a character of great agency to essentially a plot device to further the story of men, and there are so many the shows the show and the manga are about Guts. The show and the manga are about Guts. He is the protagonist.
The protagonist.
Like,
nailed it.
Like, also, this guy's completely ignoring the fact that, yes, like, okay, the fact that Casca, like, he's right. He's right. Like, Guts, like, the whole thing, like, Casca getting raped is about Griffith trying to get back at Guts. And that is the horror of it from Casca's perspective. Griffith isn't doing that to her to satisfy a perverted desire for her. He's using her as a means to get back at somebody else.
So not only are you being raped by someone you looked up to, you are a fleshlight that Guts really, really likes, according to Griffith. And he's treating you like one. So there's so many layers of this is fucked up on that rape.
Like, this is why like Casca regressed back to the toddler mentality. Because she couldn't deal with like the man that saved her from getting raped as a child doing that to her now. When all she ever tried to do was, like, as a child, live up to his expectations, and as an adult, support him in his dream of becoming king. All she ever did was try and help him. And that's what he did to her.
Hey, Bear.
Hmm.
You know Possum Reviews?
Yes.
So he's playing Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what this means, but some of you guys might not know what this means. I'm getting Elden Ring next week when the paycheck comes in. But he said, I went to Caelid and immediately realized I had no reason to be there. And this was the pic he posted with that. Might have to zoom out a little bit on that one, but I went to Caelid and realized I had no reason to be there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yep. If I saw that shit, I'd be like, yeah, I don't. Whatever's here, I don't need it. I don't need to be here. There is no reason for me to walk in this bitch.
I like this guy.
He been chilling.
Mm-hmm. He looks like he's asleep.
He looks like he's waiting for the bus.
Mm-hmm. Just waiting for like the 95.
He
is
didn't
late.
put the glasses on, so things will be wrong.
Yes, his bus is late. That's the wrong that happened. All right, back at it.
Did you guys hear me singing the Metal Gear Revengeance song in the kitchen?
No.
No,
Not really.
Okay,
which one? Now that we
It has to be this way.
okay,
Yeah, it has to be this way.
okay. Because I've been listening to The Only Thing I Know for Real, which is Jetstream Sam's theme for a while now.
You know, whenever I take my breaks, I'm being in a sales position. You got to keep your energy up for most of the day. So, usually when I'm coming off of my lunch break and everything, this is what I'm listening to. Meat Hook.
Okay, Casca goes from a character with great agency and essentially a plot device. Okay, with that in
Casca's a
mind,
plot device.
yeah. With that in mind, I think I'll leave it at this. Exactly. With that in mind, I think I'd recommend this show if you're interested in either the history of anime or Berserk as a cultural artifact. Like
The
that.
history of anime. What? Wait, what?
History of Clang.
If you want to watch compelling,
Someone say
fantasy-
Clang?
There you go.
I like that I fucking heard the beginning of Journo's theme and then the clang. If you watch,
Hold on, wait, let me find it. I can do that. I can make that happen.
if you want to watch a compelling fantasy epic, I think you need to seek stories that do better by women.
Oh. Female. Oh, okay, now he's getting to the point. Female-led fantasy books. There we go. We've come full circle.
Oh,
yourself.
wait, this is the guy who said Mistborn, but Mistborn was written by a white dude.
Yes,
Brandon
so-
Sanderson.
Yeah,
Who's
we
the
need to
Mormon?
stop. We need to stop reading stories. We need to stop reading stories made by POCs and start reading the stories written by straight white men. like the Mistborn series written by Brandon Sanderson. That's the message I'm taking from this guy.
Wait, what's this one?
Okay. Yeah, boy. I think you need to see.
Will continue until the freedom increases.
I honestly haven't watched a lot of fantasy anime.
Oh, I
hey
couldn't
Bear,
tell.
can you do me a favor? Can you pull up
Couldn't
the image that Matthias just posted in Sloppy Chat?
I think we can just leave that right there.
I haven't watched a lot of fantasy.
I think that fucking settled. Oh, Jesus. Matthew, what the
I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I love it.
Okay, since he put my face on Guts, I will go ahead and agree that I love this.
I don't know what I'm looking at, but I love it.
I think this is Sloppy Seconds Endgame. Like,
I appreciate that Joseph.
Why am I Gail Simone?
Oh,
Huh?
okay. Am I in it? I mean, he is Joseph Joestar, but
yeah.
Okay, perfect, awesome.
Why am I Gail Simone?
You drew the short straw, I guess.
Wait,
Sweet.
where are you, Mark?
Marcus Gail Simone.
What?
A fucking Brazilian magic.
What is this thing she's holding? Clean room?
Clean
What
room.
the fuck?
Is this Jordan Peterson comic book now?
Yeah, it's like, oh god, like fucking Gail Simone doing a bio comic about Jordan Peterson.
It's just Nazi symbols everywhere. That's all she sees when she thinks of Jordan Peterson. I don't know what's going on with me, but I got a frog in my head, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I haven't watched a lot of fantasy anime. Yeah, I can tell.
I honestly haven't watched a lot of fantasy anime. Okay, so I'm not sure what those are.
I don't know.
No, Bear, you need to highlight the rest of that. So I'm not sure what those are.
I'm not sure what fantasy anime are, but there are plenty.
Dude,
Okay.
go fuck yourself, you fucking virtue signaling idiot. You are that guy that just screams from the heavens, please, madam, just a drop of coochie.
Okay, guy, the entire
Cry
reason.
harder. Ask for your hug harder, please.
Where's my hug? Like,
Please ask harder for a hug. Jesus
Okay.
Christ, dude.
there's in Japan.
Let me
Four
know. Hey,
genres.
whoever this fucking guy is, let me know. James Blake, what's his name? Ewing? James Blake Ewing. Let me know how many dates you picked up from writing this article and how many of those dates had blue hair and a side shaved head.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about women, like going to places with women, not the fruit. Don't try and bullshit me.
Don't tell me about the grocery store or the Whole Foods or whatever. Tell me about how many dates with women you went on because of this article. You fucking simp. You fucking simp. You can't see past the lens of sexism. You can't see past a lens of SJW bullshit. You're so disingenuous with this article and trying to give, quote, credit to Berserk. But really, you just wanted to find a target to aim your anti-sexism cannon at.
Now, I don't even think Brandon Sanderson would say this about the Mistborn trilogy. And he wrote the thing.
Let's get him on. Hey, Brandon Sanderson, that one. Hey, Mistborn, man. Let me know if you would like to come on Sloppy Seconds podcast. We talk about how good Berserk is.
Yeah, we'll fucking go over Berserk.
I think Brandon Sanderson is too busy counting his 35 million.
Yeah, he's too busy counting his 35
Hey, Brad
million.
Sanderson, kid, I
On
need some
top
help
of-
with the rent this
On
month.
top
You want to
of
help a
making
boy?
like 5 more
You
novels
made
in a year.
Listen, Brandon Sanderson, I'm having some car troubles right now. You wanna help a ghost out? Look at my turtle. Look, he's gonna starve this month. How about you help a brother out? Come on.
So this does have a happy ending after all.
Oh, okay, good. He deleted, and he self-deleted, so that makes it even better.
So wait, we can create an account at this tag and say like, I apologize for all my sins.
Yes. Like flagellating himself on behalf of his sins for the Brotherhood. Okay, now, like, there are plenty of female-led fantasy books, but what if I don't want to read those? Okay, in manga, there's 4 main genres. Shonen, shoujo, josei, seinen. Shonen is for young boys, shoujo is for young girls, josei is for adult women, and seinen is for adult men. Berserk is seinen.
Where does
is-
isekai come in?
That's
That's a
that's
genre.
fantasy. That's fantasies where the protagonist goes into a fantasy world from a more mundane world. It could that kind of an isekai could fall into any one of those genres. It's just a plot point, really.
Yeah,
So-
they usually get hit by a truck and wind up
Yes.
in a fantasy world.
Truck-kun strikes again.
But yeah, if like Berserk is well and truly in the seinen category. So if I, as an adult man, am going specifically for books that are tailored to appeal to my interests, why would I pick something that isn't that instead of this thing that is? When it's being recommended to me by some fucking soy boy like you.
Do we know what James Blake Ewing looks like? We don't need him. Fucking, never mind.
I do.
That's an ad hominem.
I know what he looks like. I know exactly what he looks like, and he looks like what you think he would look like.
Oh, got it.
I can see Berserk influences on Dark Souls, which I love. Okay, so do people only play
What?
video games and not read?
Like, I don't think this man can read. I really don't. I think he might actually be illiterate.
Same company as Elden Ring. Do these people just not read?
No.
I got all 40 volumes of Berserk before I even played Dark Souls.
Listen, I'm still in the process.
That's kind of
collecting
irrelevant
volumes.
to the argument.
He's the one that brought up Dark Souls. Like, and
Right,
again,
but
Dark
I
Souls-
haven't read Dark Souls. I haven't played Dark Souls. Sorry, I haven't read Berserk. I haven't played. Actually, that's a lie. I've played Dark Souls 1. Could not make it more than, I think, maybe a couple hours into the game. Before I was just like, you know what? I recognize that I don't have the skill to play this game.
like, okay.
I don't have enough get good in me to play Dark Souls 1. I just don't.
The regressive treatment of women is something that drags down and undercuts the story by the finale. The finale, by which you mean Casca gets her mind back.
That's the
And
finale
then-
that we have so far.
364.
Yeah. Like,
Is he talking about the anime?
yes, he's talking about just the anime because he can't read.
Okay, so how does the anime end?
It
Casca.
ends with Guts becoming the Black Swordsman.
Yeah, they don't show how he got out of the eclipse, but they just
Yeah.
kind of cut away.
Yeah. There are better, more edifying worlds that don't marginalize women in order to.
I'm gonna send you something better. This is what Matthias just sent me. It's in your Discord. I have a new profile picture now.
Okay, everybody who is not the protagonist is marginalized in favor of the protagonist.
Thank you, Matthias, for the new profile picture.
That's how protagonists work. Like, fucking, like, when women are the focal point of a story, men are marginalized. because the man is not the protagonist.
Men are the focus of the story. We need more women being the focus of the story. Okay.
Read something
no.
else then. Go
No,
read
because
Dark
men
Souls.
are the
Go
focus of
read
the
Dark
story.
Souls because you apparently haven't read anything else aside from Mistborn. You probably had that read to you because you can't fucking read.
Hey.
Go read
Hey.
Elric of Melniboné.
Yes, Elric of Melniboné has nothing bad happens to women in that. So go read Elric.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like you're doing a lie, sir.
I don't know.
You'll
what
have
you
to
mean.
read and find out.
You're doing a lie.
Next time on Sloppy Ball Z.
Hey, you made my cat shit.
Ah.
The cat shit is everywhere. How dare you? I'm gonna tweet about this.
What happened?
You're honking. It's really upsetting my cat. There's shit
Somebody
all
on
over the walls.
Reddit in Ottawa was like complaining about the truckers, right? We're like, oh, my cat's fear pooping on our bed. Like, but like this is the info. Everyone,
I understand that your way of life is being completely and utterly destroyed by government tyranny, but my cat shit on my bed. Who's really suffering here?
yeah. Like, also, I know that you're trying to fight for my freedoms while you're also fighting for your freedoms, but my cat's pooping, so yeah.
Can we knock it off as I get back to our regularly scheduled government oppression?
Like, can you knock off the honking and get back to work, you fucking slave? I mean, I'm for the people.
The means of production belongs in the hands of the people. Honk. No, not them.
Yeah. Like, one honk and they fucking pull out the cat of nine tails. Like, okay, thanks. But yeah, everyone watching, this is why you gatekeep. If you like a thing, gatekeep it. Because dumbasses like that will come and spread their fucking opinions. And in certain cases, the author of a thing is not dead. So they can be influenced negatively, and the thing you love will be ruined. Now, luckily, Berserk fans, like Kentaro Miura, was never going to change how Berserk worked. Never. Like, if he was still alive and working on Berserk today, he would not give a single shit about what Twitter said about his story. As well, he shouldn't. Right?
I was trying to find the Chad theme song, but nope. There we go.
Yeah. And if Berserk does continue, it's going to be done by the assistants of Kentaro Miura, who also do not give a single shit about Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I think all their interaction in like the past 5 years was that like they thanked all the fans that said their words towards like the passing of Mira, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And one of them said, I think one of them said that he'd try his best.
Yes, he did.
So.
But then the publisher has confirmed that right now, like all plans for Berserk and all the other works, Duranaki or what was the other one? I don't know. But there was like another series that like Mira started specifically to teach the assistants how to do Berserk on their own. But yeah, like all of the plans right now are cancelled for until.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Big agree. But yeah.
Just a struggle.
Yes, just a struggle. But yes, gatekeep. If you like a thing, gatekeep it. Like, absolutely check credentials of anyone trying to come into your hobby, your book series, your comic book series, your TV show. You can't stop them from like consuming it, but you can stop them from changing it just by saying no, shut the fuck up, you're an idiot.
If you don't like a thing, don't try to change it. Just mind your fucking business. How about that? I think we can all get behind the phrase, mind your own fucking business. Stay in your fucking lane. Just stay in your fucking lane. Don't fuck up the thing I like. I like...
That's funny.
Now, here's the thing. People are always upset about the wokeness of D&D. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't give less of a fuck about the wokeness of D&D. Because, Bears, you and I both know I don't follow any of that shit. I make shit up as I go.
We play Pathfinder 1E, and like that's one of the funny things about like
We don't use any modules.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing. Like, okay, they're making all these fucking changes, except every edition of Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons is free on the internet. You can download the PDFs for no money. So all of these changes have accomplished nothing.
Yeah, and if I don't like what... This was great about D&D and Pathfinder. If I don't like what the company's doing, I gotta make my own shit up. Just use the system.
Yes.
And then just flagrantly ignore the system in favor of cool shit.
Yes. But yeah, always gatekeep. It's not a bad thing. It is a necessity. Like,
Protect the things you like.
But you are the white blood cells of your fandom. Keep the viruses out.
Protect the thing you like. Keep your thing good.
Yes. 'Cause if
Don't
you
let the Donovan in.
Yes. If you do let the Donovan
Why
in,
is Donovan just a boogeyman now?
if you do let the
Don't let
Donovan in, then do what Guts did and shoot it in the face with a crossbow and then cut its tongue out. Think we can end on that. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.